Hello there racetrack fans, Cregor here from Motorsport.ie. Here I am, Mondello Park. Delayed start, it's late in the evening. Just out to head off here for a lap of the national track.
5 seconds, Cregor.
5 seconds to go. I'm mad for it here. We're on your bike with Motorsport.ie and we're away. So here we go. The national track it is in Mondello. It's the international track. The international track. This is the straight now. We're heading down past the grandstand. Mondello Park. It got its name from the lodge that we just see on the left here. Was originally named Mondello after a town in Sicily, Mondello Mare. There's the lodge. And it was Jim Moran who owned that house and owned the land. Had the idea of building a racetrack here in 1968. He got together with Stuart Cosgrove, Eddie Regan. They decided they'd build themselves a track. Coming down, this is the first corner now here. This has been over the years Shell, Telecom, Aircell, Honda, now called Ford Corner, as you can see. Nice tight hairpin. We'll take the apex around here. Mightn't necessarily be the racing line. If you're here in the wet, you take the outside line. There's always a lot more grip. Heading back towards the paddock. You can see there the bridge for getting yourself across. The tower is here. The original bar further on down. Now this sharp left-hander here. This new track, this was put in for the drifters when the drifting started here a couple of years ago. And it's now, as you can see there, become part of the racing line. Bowack, most people know this corner as. And like all the corners, it's had plenty of names, but Adelaide Insurance Corner it is these days. It's almost a flat out left. Marshall's Post on the right hand side here. And now we're heading out into what used to be the fastest part of the track before the International Loop extension was put onto it. As we head down here now, it's a long old haul, bit of a dip, flat out as I said. When Ayrton Senna raced here in 1982, Joey Greenan famously got ahead of him and was in front of him for 5 laps. This is the rallycross, this is the hole in the heads loop. The rallycross goes back around to the right. But it was this corner where Senna eventually, after 5 laps, got past in front of Greenan. It's a double apex corner, and if you're not in front by here, you're not exactly going to get round through. Over the years, Duckham's, Budweiser it's been named. Northern lads call it the Badger Corner, as there used to be a badger down here. Most people know it as the country, but these days, Bridgestone Corner it is. Plenty of gravel there. Plenty of lads have ended up in that gravel over the years. I even ended up myself in there one day on a Formula Shane. It's a double apex corner, so it tightens all the way around, and it's a tough corner alright. Very hard for overtaking into this corner. Up a bit of a hill now, and there's more Bridgestone barriers all around. You can see now it's a lovely summer's evening in Mondello Park, and it just looks great in the bit of sunshine. You can probably see the Wicklow Mountains across over to the right hand side as we head down into what's now Mazda Corner, or what most people would know as the S's. Now it's an off-camber corner as you come into it, and that catches out an awful lot of people. Ayrton Senna himself ended up in the gravel here on Friday testing in 1982 when he was here. You can hear like slight mechanical problem with the old bike there. I think the gears are struggling. It's not as good as a Dublin bike. So the national track was run, and it was in 1998 it was extended onto the International Loop. We won't be looking at that today. Martin Barand, when he took over the track, wanted to extend it out, and he's responsible for all the newer facilities. The grandstand, the tower, the garages and the suites. So this is the second part of the S's here, and it's flat out in all bus, but the fastest of the cars, the Libras and that, they might struggle to, they might have to lift a bit. But any of your clubman racers, flat out corner. It's actually one of the most challenging corners on the track, I'm told. There's Mondello Park Racing School there, with the Mazda up on the roof. If you ever come down here to have a go at the track, that's where they send you, and they bring you around on the international loop. Now we're on to what used to be the forward straight, but it's now just the run up to Dunlop. We have Wires Ferry's banners there, but very important, one of the best overtaking places on the track here. As you come up here, try and get up the inside. Here's the entrance to the pit lane here, just off to the right. That'll bring you around. You can see all the garages and all the suites and all there. They're looking well there in the sunshine this evening. So if you can get up the inside here, you're laughing. It's Dunlop Corner. It's nearly always been Dunlop Corner. It was Cricket Hill Bend there, it was known as at one stage. And you really need to get in here to get a good run up the straight, as the bike there struggles now for the chain to go around. There was a rumour, even when Dunlop didn't sponsor the corner, that they had renamed it after Joey Dunlop, the great motorcycle racer. But it's always been Dunlop Corner. Tyres are bikes, as we come down onto the main straight here now. And there's a sponsored walk on here for the Make-A-Wish Foundation this evening. That's what all the people are doing out here on the grid. So we're onto the straight here. If you don't get a good run out of Dunlop, you're really going to struggle, and you're going to lose momentum on the straight, and you'll find that you'll be losing places hand over fist. So we're on the straight now, and you get your pit board there. All the pit board crews be off on the right hand side. There's the famous bar there. That's where most of the action happens here in Mondello, and we're just going to have to take to the grass here, I think, to avoid a few people. So that's it. That's a lap of the track here, the Mondello Park National Track. This has been Cregor for Motorsport.ie.